Whether you're for or against piracy, we have just bared witness to one of the biggest piracy takedowns in a long time. One of the biggest manga piracy sites that has well over 100 million visitors every single month has been shut down due to legal pressures. And yes, this confirmation comes to us from their Discord server, which is now officially shut down as well. One of their members posted as confirmation, yes, the Bato.to site and Discord will not be coming back. The Discord will also be deleted in 3 days' time from Wildflower's original message, which apparently, I'm guessing they went ahead on that one, I'm sure. I'll try to do what I can so y'all can at least find new servers or find your way. I may send the invite to the new server tomorrow. Just remember, this is a new server and not a new Bato server. I want to make sure people are very clear about this. We're not making a new Bato server. We will ban users who send illegal links in that server, as it will also be explicitly stated in the rules. It feels like they're trying to distance themselves, which this really does lead me to believe they're in some hot water when it comes to legal issues. And I'm not completely familiar with the actual Discord server itself, but I've been seeing people mention the idea that the admin's kind of like over here. So I'm guessing they're possibly in some hot water or something, because there's a lot of questions right now, obviously, for a lot of people is, where's all the files going? Because yes, this being such a massive database of a ton of manga, manhwa, just like comics in general. There's a ton of stuff on this website. It has a massive library in it, which is obviously bringing a lot of concern for a lot of people of like lost media. This is like a big lost media issue here. Where are all these files? Do they have access to them? Are they going to move them over somewhere else? Because yes, as a lot of people that are watching this are you probably already wrote this comment down there. You probably already posted it. Delete it right now. A lot of people are already posting right now saying, hey, Andrew, who cares? It's the Hydra. They'll cut down Bato.to and they'll go to another one. It just keeps growing. This is how piracy works. One site goes down, another one pops up. That's why I almost feel like I didn't want to make a video on this, because it's like another one. But honestly, yeah, Bato.to is a massive site. Again, this is one of the biggest ones. 100 million plus visitors every single month to all of its different mirrors. This is a big site. It had a massive community in it too. You had people posting comments there and everything like that. It had its own culture there, basically. This is a big, big deal. But yes, will it go somewhere else? Will it just pop up somewhere else? I'm kind of feeling like at least the data itself is possibly lost. Like they may actually shut down the server legally. They're not able to kind of hold on to it. And this is obviously due because there's such a big crackdown happening with piracy. They're really coming down. All these massive companies are coming together in Japan, and they're just not playing around anymore. And of course, you have Webtoons, you have all the manhwa companies, all of them are coming down on this stuff as well. It's becoming kind of serious business anymore. They're not really putting up with this stuff, which yes, is bringing up a lot of people's arguments online. I think one of the main reasons why I want to make this video is because I've been seeing so much discussion about this whole situation on my social media feed all day. And it's really kind of an argument between, I think, people that favor piracy, those that are anti-piracy, and I think a lot of people that just want preservation. Obviously, those that are favoring the piracy, they're just like, this is all about corporate greed. These big companies that censor their stuff, that have crappy translations, that they don't care about their products, they charge per chapter, they don't care about their authors, they're overworking them, all that kind of stuff. They just want to give a big middle finger to the corporations. They don't want to buy from their services. They hate them. They hate the localizers and all that kind of stuff. I kind of understand really all their arguments, besides the fact that I think that piracy doesn't really fix any of that stuff. It literally doesn't. And that's the unfortunate thing. The anti-piracy group, yeah, I agree with them as well. The idea of you're basically stealing from these authors. You're pulling from them. You're consuming their media without even giving any sort of money to them. I agree that these companies have full rights to be able to claim and copyright strike these companies and DMCA them and shut them down. I mean, you see right here on your screen, this is an archive of this website, and you see up at the top, Gatekeeping, Windbreaker. These are big properties on here. Manhwas are on here as well. These companies don't want this crap here, and it's here. It's being stolen from them, and people are looking at it illegally. And then again, the third argument, when it comes to piracy, this is me 100%. I'm all about preservation. You have tons of stuff here that either isn't even licensed, is being possibly censored, not allowed in certain countries because it's, BL or it's Yuri or something like that. Or even if it's a big title like Gatekeeping or Windbreaker, you have titles here that in like 20 years, when these companies no longer want to publish them, if you bought Gatekeeping on a digital platform, that platform is shut down, or you lost your physical book and they no longer want to publish it physically. These are essentially archived on this website and kept here potentially until whenever the servers get shut down. There is a sense here of preservation. I personally personally only really like piracy for preservation. I like the idea of being able to search some really old show or some really old manga and being able to pull up on a website because the licensor doesn't care anymore. They got their money out of it. They no longer want to hold it. And unfortunately, in Japan, these companies, once they've pretty much made their money, that stuff gets deleted. It gets deleted off their servers. It's gone. They don't care to hold on this stuff. They have no sense of preservation there, unfortunately. There is a big problem, especially in Japan, when it comes to archiving. And they don't want to take any of these beloved titles and make sure they're preserved. And yes, of course, when it comes to preservation, you also have a ton of titles that were never officially released. Like their doujinshis or something like that. Fan-made comics and whatnot that were placed on there by somebody. That stuff is great as well. But again, I understand that it's also technically piracy. It's also technically taking ownership and putting it up there for yourself. As a side note, the unfortunate reality, even though I'm all about preservation, even though I'm all like, yeah, there's some stuff on this website that's probably never going to see the day of light. This is probably the only place you can find so much stuff here. The problem is I can't shed a tear because what's bringing it attention? Why does this website have so much attention? Why does this website have so many people coming to it? And why are people finding this website? It's because the website has all these massively big titles on it that are garnering all the attention. It's the big titles that these companies make money from, and they don't want people pirating. This site probably would have never got taken down if it didn't have manhwa on here that's extremely popular, if it didn't have gachiakuta and big shonens on this title, but they bring these and they put these on this site. My whole point is that I can't make the argument for preservation when they're actively shooting themselves in the foot and asking for attention. Am I alone here? I would literally be the first person to step up and want to fight legally in court to protect a website if all that website had was unlicensed and obscure titles that will never see the light of day. But unfortunately, these sites feed off of these big titles. And I would argue probably a massive majority of that 100 million views per month is probably from people going to different things like Solo Leveling. They're going to big shonens and whatnot. They're One Pieces and whatnot that are on these websites. That's the unfortunate reality. It's an ongoing war, and I think it's never going to really end. But I think the most interesting comments that really came out of this whole situation is really around gatekeeping. I've seen a lot of people saying, can we stop with this? Can we stop broadcasting our websites that we use for piracy? Can you stop posting on every single website? Hey, I checked this out. It's at Bato. Go here and read it. I love this manga from Bato. I love this Yuri. I love this yaoi. I love this title. Go to Bato. You're not going to stop these companies from finding these websites. I had this happen a few times whenever I report on certain things and people are like, hey, Andrew, stop bringing attention to this. Hey, Andrew, don't talk about this. We're not supposed to talk about this website. And every single time, what is my response? These companies know they exist. These companies aren't stupid. You might hate these corporations for their greed or whatever, but they're not stupid. These companies know where these websites are. You know how I personally found out about Bato? I found out about this site a long time ago, and you know how I found it? I Google searched a manga, and guess what the results was? Bato.to. Google knew about it. Every website is being sniffed by Google. Unless it's on the dark web, it's being sniffed by Google. Google knows about it. If a site's getting hits, Google knows about it. If a site has something on it, Google knows about it. They constantly have this stuff found. And especially if the site's getting a lot of traffic from people, eventually it gets found. And then once it gets found, it's in results. And then people click it. It gets higher and higher. Yelling at people for posting a link to a certain site or saying to gatekeep this stuff isn't going to fix anything. If a site gets enough attention, it will get results. And Google Analytics has a lot of data. And these companies, if they have any decently smart staff, are going to know how to use Google Analytics. They're going to be able to find that information. They're going to find where people are going to. So unfortunately, don't think that gatekeeping is going to keep these companies from finding these sites. They're going to find them. And again, if they have things like gachiakuta on them, they're going to find them. But anyways, rip Bato.to. I hope you guys found this video informative. Hope you found it entertaining. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and want to support it more, become a member of the channel. Until next time, you'll take care.